October deer fails. This is an awesome time of the year. And unfortunately, whether it's September or October, your season begins, a lot of people express so much failure during their hunt. They're destroying the great times of the year. That might be end of October, November in your area when that pre-rut rut begins. And so, we're looking forward to that coming up soon, but we have some great opportunities right now. And what we're trying to do is make sure that as we're entering early October and as we're actually hunting in October, that we're not destroying the hunt. And so we're really being careful, being smart. I always encourage you to be a smart hunter. And you have to excuse me, I have a little audience in here right now today. So we have Tyler. He's our hunt winner from Kicking Bear Charity. And then we sucked Jen into this, but she's sitting on the floor just watching back there. So this is such a party when Dylan and I are in here shooting. We just have people knocking on the door to come in. So yeah, just adding to the nervousness. Crazy. So we're going to proceed through these. And really, guys, want you guys to watch this. And a lot of times we're talking about how to hunt in October. It could be the opposite of this. But I think we have some really good strategies for how to hunt in October that are a lot different than how to fail. So when you put these two together, how to hunt and how not to fail, look at these as how not to fail, then you'll be on your really good road for potential success this October. Number one, sticking with early season sign too long. We see those first rubs popping up. Those are very random. Rubs are random in general. Field side rubs, fence row rubs. We watched a buck the other night make a rub. Dylan, I think you got that one on film?
Yep.
Cool. Cool to listen to. Made some really small little wispy rubs. And that's in a spot where it's next to a mock straight, next to a water hole. I can see that getting more use because bucks are there frequently. But a lot of times you see those early season sign rubs, and when their velvet's coming off, it's almost like they got to tickle their antlers. But then you don't see a lot of rubbing activity take place until closer to the rut. Sometimes 2 months later, 6 or 7 weeks later, so quite a bit longer. So then you're stuck on that early season sign. You keep hunting it over and over. You have to remember, if it's not refreshing, if it's not expanding, if it's not new, then you probably should move on because those bucks are. So if they're gone, you don't see fresh sign, you're still hunting that old sign, you really, you can never say that you're wasting a sit, it's enjoyable being outdoors, but I actually hunt because I want to find success, not necessarily because I enjoy it outdoors. I like fishing, I like doing a lot of other things outside too. So really, if you don't see that sign starting to increase, if you don't see those other rubs and tracks, movement, your trail camera footage, if it's not showing anything, then move on. Try to find where they are exhibiting sign. Just don't hold on to it too long. Number two, now the other opposite side of the spectrum, you're hunting rut stands too early. So you're jumping into that stand location where you know there's going to be really good rutting activity. Rutting activity is a lot different. We talked about that today. Where right now, we're getting pictures, seeing sign where bucks will hit a water hole, a small food plot, and then they're right out to ag. Straight line. They might start at a spot, they'll end at a spot, but for the most part, a buck might move a little bit more of that football shape, starting and ending at the same spot, but really, they're not turning that movement sideways and running field edges, meaning parallel to the field. They're not traveling between bedding areas. All those classic rut cruising locations are not being reflected in the woods right now. And so if you're hunting those, if you're expecting, we had a stand we called the horse pasture stand back in Wisconsin, back in the day, a property we hunted from 2002 to 2013. A really cool stand, cruising stand. It was off a point, down low, horse pasture where we could blow our scent, steep cliff in front of us where we could blow our scent back to, and then a bedding area around the corner and a bedding area to the other side. So we just sit between those bedding areas like a barbell of movement, and during the rut, bucks would come down, go through one bedding area to the next. It was an incredible area to sit. We shot a lot of bucks out of that stand, that one stand. Problem was, there's no reason for those bucks to be there when it wasn't the rut, because they're just going from bedding area to food. So they're not going from bedding area to bedding area to bedding area and then food. They're just going straight from bedding area to food. So if you're hunting those stands where dreams were made of the year before that, expecting that same movement that doesn't usually get exhibited till more end of October, early November, then again, you're just wasting sits. No different than sitting on sign too long, that's early season sign, while those bucks are shifting in their early season. Number three, sprinting. What do I mean by that? You're looking at like, I gotta go all in for broke. I gotta hunt my best stands. I gotta hunt this stand, this stand, this stand, really hit it hard, regardless of weather, regardless of the wind, and just go in and hunt. and good things will happen. Because when that happens, a lot of times, number 6 down here, you're getting burned out. We'll talk about that at the end. But sprinting, you're burning out your stand, you're burning out your land, you're burning out your family, your job, your career, your boss, because you're trying to hit it too hard because you're so excited. There's nothing wrong with being excited. You need to exercise patience. It's only October. That's a big failure. It's one thing in November where you have a rut hunt for 11 days, getting to the last 3 days, you're kind of like, man, I got to go all for broke. You still make smart decisions, but you're going to push it a little bit more because your days off are fleeting. It's almost like your season is coming to a close before your very eyes over the next 3 days. Well, then you take some chances. You go in. It's not time for that yet. It's not time for a sprint. It's time for a marathon. You still got a lot of good weeks of hunting to go, so don't burn it out. Lots of different facets of your life burn out too soon by sprinting in too early and not recognizing a need for patience. Number 4, waiting for the perfect time. What I mean by that, there are good bucks in good patterns right now, especially patterns that can be exploited when there's a cold front moving through, and it moves them from, we had Lucky, a buck we're after, that I'm hoping Tyler gets a chance at tonight. Dylan can film it. We're going out hunting tonight, but Lucky is in this pattern where we've seen him at a certain water hole at 7:39, 7:34, middle of the night, but we're getting dark, too dark to shoot about 7:25. So he is right on the cusp. If we get this cold weather happening and he's moving around a little bit more, maybe making a rubber scrape, there's a really good chance he'll pop in a little bit early, and that's what that cold front does. He's in that pattern right now. I don't want to wait till November 7th. A little bit different around here in Minnesota because the first Saturday in November is gun season. So then all bets are off at that point. But if I'm waiting till that traditional rutting time, thinking I have my time off then, even though I know I have a good buck in a pattern right now, there's a good chance that you're not going to be able to capitalize on that buck this year because someone else shoots him. He's somewhere else during the rut. If you know he's there right now, then get on him. Be smart about it. Use the weather to guide you to success. But really, a lot of folks are waiting. I know folks that wait for Halloween. They go hunt then. Oh, what if it's 90 degrees and 40-mile-an-hour winds and you're in northern Indiana? It's going to be a bad day to hunt. I don't care if it's Halloween or not. Who cares what it's Halloween? You can't go by, it's the 31st of October. It's the 29th. It's the 6th of November. Never hold on to it. That's no different than saying this stand's always going to produce, so I'm just going to go sit there. Really hunt a lot smarter than that. There's a lot more conditions that need to take place, of weather, current buck sign, than just holding to a certain date and going in for the quote perfect time. But a lot of perfect times are glossed over early in favor of another time when the best time to hunt a buck is when he's in a pattern right now. Number 5, overcalling. And this has to go along with sprinting. You're just overzealous. Got to use this new call, these new rattling antlers. I hardly ever rattle just because unless I'm on public land, my downwind's covered, it's big open cover, it's low pressure area. I don't want to rattle because typically the super shy bucks, the big old bucks, they're going to run the other way. And if they do come in, they're going downwind of you, so you better have your downwind covered. The bottom line is, grunting too much, rattling too much, bleeding too much. At least a bleed can is pretty low impact. So is grunting. They can't hear it from very far. Plus it's low impact and I can spook a lot of deer. So I like to call, but typically I'm using a grunt call, and that's what I'm using the most, or even a can call sometimes. But I'm using a grunt call when I have a buck in front of me and I'm bow hunting and he's going the opposite direction or he's leading in a path that's not going to take him any closer to me. So I'll try grunting, and that works to bring him in. Just suck a couple soft grunts, stop him, he'll look over your way, and if he does, then shut up. You can overcall even at that, even when you get his attention. And I've done that before. Big monster. Call, stops, looks my way, you need to shut up, put it down, get ready. He's staring at your way for 30 seconds, don't call again like I did. Thinking, one more call, bring him over. Just wait, have a little patience. A lot of this deals with having a little patience. And then burnout. October is a great time for burnout. People hit their stands early. You burn out your spouse, burn out your boss, burn out the land. A lot of areas that you can burn out. But you just get to the end of October feeling defeated because you've pressed it during hunting at times where it wasn't the best, gotten excited for it, and that's a letdown. Real letdown. I put in here, you're not THP. What is that? The hunting public. Those guys are awesome. They go from public land to public land, usually about a week apart. They hit it hard and they move to the next state. That's their job. It's not your job, probably. That's, and being a part of the hunting industry and having a full-time career in the hunting industry for over a decade, then I know what it takes. And there's very, very, very few people that's their job, to just hunt every week in a different state and move all around the country and hunt. That's what they do for a living. When we try to do that, when that's not what we do for a living, you just burn yourself out. It was 2006. I sat 110 times over a 4-month period in 4 states, passed up over 50 bucks during that entire season. I think I shot 2 nice mature bucks during that year. Talk about burnout and fatigue. And this comes from someone that I love to hunt. You can literally hunt too much, and it shows in your results. Now, throughout the years, I've whittled that down to, instead of, in that case, it was 1 out of 50 sits, that's probably the worst year I've ever had, to more like in 1 out of 6 sits, 5 sits that I shoot a mature buck. So I'm very selective at what I go in, and I expect a high level of success every time I go out, and there's no different, that should be no different in October than any other month. But October is that time to be patient, recognize you can burn yourself out, but not only yourself, but your land, your stands, and every other facet of your life. Navigate this October, avoid these fails, follow our tips for hunting in October, and you'll be on a great path for success this October and every October during deer season that follows. I urge everyone out there to really check out my web classes. They've been wildly successful. We have one that details how you should design your land, another one that details how you should plant and maintain and manage a food plot program. How can you make those decisions that fit your land specifically and not someone else's? Unfortunately, there's so much information in the hunting industry that says you should do this, but it doesn't apply to you. These web classes directly apply to you. And then we have our 3rd web class that came out last year, our rut web class, navigating the entire rut. And then we have our 4th one coming out, which is hunting hills and thermals. I urge you to check those out. Try the web classes, and they're all about teaching, helping you understand how you can navigate, not only managing your property, food plots, and the rut, but also hunting strategically, hills, thermals, and wherever you pursue whitetails for your dream and your passion.